What is up everyone, welcome back to another video. I'm very curious, how many of you are looking to enter into the finance industry? And if you are, what role are you looking for in particular? So, during my time at university, I did many internships, one of which being at an asset management company. My role at said company was portfolio administrator, and this role is part of the infamous back office. So for those of you who don't know, investment banks are usually split up into three areas: front office, back office, and middle office. I'll give a quick definition of what all three are. The front office of an investment bank are the big dogs. They're the ones who make the bank money. Think capital markets, sales and trading, and equity research. The middle office employees are the guys that support the front office employees. This is usually done in areas of technology, law, and risk management. And lastly, back office. Back office are the guys that don't really assist with the revenue making. These departments kind of revolve around the processes and systems that must exist regardless of revenue generated. So you can think compliance, IT, HR, and accounting, those kind of departments. And of course, investment ops. Now my experience in back office was of course investment operations, and that's what the majority of this video will be revolved around. So all these opinions are based off my own experiences plus what I've been told from friends and what I've read from others online. Many banks have actually stopped using the terms front, middle, and back office because there is kind of a blurry line between the two. Hey guys, what's up? Just editing this video right now, and I meant 3, not 2. And the purpose of this video is to kind of give you a more straightforward definition of what it means to be in the back office. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. So, given this back office, of course we're going to start with the cons. So the first con, of course, is lower pay. The starting salary in back office roles compared to middle and front office are a little bit lower, but what really makes back office fall behind is the lack of bonuses. An investment banking analyst might get a bonus of, say, 70 to 100% of their original salary, while people in back office will be lucky if they get 5 to 10%. And this makes sense given that front office is of course making revenue for the company, so they should really be incentivized more. But in back office, a lot of the roles are glorified administration, so the bonuses in my opinion should not be on par with the people in investment banking. However, saying this, the bonus structure does increase significantly as you go through the ranks. As you hit the senior levels like VP and director, your bonuses will still be quite high. The next con is the demographic. So unlike the big 4 accounting firms where I'm currently working, the demographic consists of mostly older people in the back office teams. Managers and bosses tend to stick around and don't want to leave. Most of them have been there above 25 years and they're kind of stuck around the executive director and vice president role. This is probably the most well-known con, and it's the difficulty of switching to front office from back office. Yes, you can do it, it's an uphill battle and it's very difficult. And it doesn't matter if you're in a hedge fund, an investment bank, a private equity firm. If you're in the back office, it's very difficult to take the leap to front office. However, saying this, my internship was at a boutique asset management firm, and one of the other portfolio administrators had transferred to the front office before I had started. And this is because, since it's a small firm, one of the analysts left, and of course I needed to fill that spot. Now, the portfolio administrator had proved himself, he knew the company inside and out, and he showed that he had the dedication and the drive to move to the front office. So I've personally seen it occur, but saying that, it's still a very difficult path. Oh, and it probably didn't hurt that he had a master's degree in applied finance. Another con that I've definitely experienced is the fact that it's very repetitive work. Many of the day-to-day process-driven work can get very repetitive. However, saying this, the same kind of applies to investment banking, where most of the day is working on pitch books and working on formatting slides. I feel most entry-level work is quite repetitive. An extremely dangerous con for back office roles is the risk of automation. Now, this is mostly specific to investment operations, which is the role I was doing. So a large part of my actual job as an investment operations employee, as a portfolio administrator, was to actually use a piece of software called Alteryx and essentially automate my job for me. So when you're working in an administrative role, of course, there is a lot of mundane tasks that you do the same thing over and over again. So the use of Alteryx actually made it so that it could do my job for me. And seeing just how easy it was to kind of automate a lot of tasks, I really don't see back office administrative operations roles in investments lasting very long into the future. The next con is lack of transferable skills. The work you do in investment operations is pretty much glorified data entry. The skills you develop on your job don't really translate into any other areas of finance, unless you're doing kind of what I was doing, doing a bit of data analytics, but even then you're kind of just on the beginner level, and if you wanted to take that further and use it as an exit op, you'd probably need some further education. And I guess if you did that, you could probably get a job in data analytics. But even then, like, you're not really using the information that you learnt on the job relating to making trades and stuff. And by making trades, I don't mean picking trades, you're literally just executing trades that the analysts had chosen. Another con is lack of respect. Now, in boutique companies, you don't really see this. This is much larger in big firms, specifically bulge bracket firms, the big investment banks. So it's not universally true, but a lot of front office employees do think they're better than back office employees, which is kind of toxic culture. But it makes sense. Front office staff is usually being yelled at by their seniors, so they want to yell at someone else. Someone has to take the bullet. I guess it's back office. And the last con is high turnover. Now this one makes sense given all the cons that I listed prior. It makes sense why there's a high turnover. But saying this, many people do actually enjoy back office, and I'm going to give you some reasons right now why. So, going on to the pros. Most people in back office don't actually know the difference between back and front office. Oh, and middle. And even if they do, they don't really care. The only people that really care are the people in investment operations, which is pretty much what I did. Most of the people in back office jobs have very respectable careers. Like people working in marketing and IT, they love what they do. And doing some of these back office roles at the bulge bracket is a great place to work. It's just that when people refer to back office, they're usually referring to investment operations. It's really only the people in investment operations that realize they're back office and actually care about it. The second pro is it's actually a great internship opportunity to have. Now, I wouldn't recommend it as a graduate, but as an internship, I strongly recommend it. In my case, it gave me a kind of a snippet of how asset management companies actually work and made me determine that I didn't want to work at an asset management company. Another con is it's not something you do long term. Jobs in back office investment operations roles are usually something you do for like 2 years before trying to find something better. And because of this, people in non-front office roles usually have more stable careers than those in front office. Many reasons for this. They get paid less, which means that during recessions, they don't get hit as hard, which is obviously good. They're not actually responsible for generating money, which becomes harder during times of economic downturn. Another pro is they have plenty of free time in the office. The back office roles are pretty mundane and repetitive and easy. A few hours of efficient work pretty much frees up the rest of the day to do what you like. A lot of people learn to code during these times. They learn to do things to make their job easier, or maybe even learn a new skill to help them get the job that they want in the future. Like if you wanted to transfer to front office, many people, I'm assuming, would be studying for their CFA. That's a great example. Another pro is it's very easy to stand out and add value. People in back office tend to not be as motivated as the people in the front office. So if you're a motivated individual, you can easily stand out and rise the ranks quickly. The next pro is networking opportunities. Okay, yes, you're in back office, and you're working with a bunch of other back office employees too. But it's likely, depending on your role and the size of the company, that you're going to have a lot of interactions with people in front office. Luckily for me, as I said, I worked at a boutique asset management company, which meant that I had a lot of interaction with the people in the front office, so I got to see their day-to-day activities, what they do, if they enjoy it, things like that. Another pro is a stress-free life and time outside of the office. Unlike people in front office, you're not working over 12 hours a day every single day. In the very least, you should be healthy and be in good shape, and don't underestimate how useful this can be when applying for new roles, especially if you're going to front office. They want to make sure that their employees are healthy. And the last pro is there are actually exit ops in back office. Companies outside of the financial industry don't really know what back office is, and I kind of used that to my advantage when I applied for the Big Four. When I interviewed for my consulting role, the employees were really impressed I'd experienced at an asset management firm and that I'd learned some data analytics along the way. So it's quite easy to embellish what your actual role was and kind of exaggerate it and make yourself look good. But everyone does this in interviews, so it's fine. While no one from investment operations will likely make a quick move to KKR and make millions of dollars, there obviously are some good exit ops that you could take if you're looking to get out of the industry. So that's all for this video. If you liked it, make sure you hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with more videos like this one. That's all. Hello again, it's me, the underpaid editor of this video. I just wanted to come back here real quick and maybe make a few disclaimers that I probably should have made at the beginning of the video, and me saying this, I realized I could edit it to the front of this video, but it would be lower quality and I don't really want to do that. So this is for all the people who stayed around to the end. So quickly wanted to come back here and just put some final thoughts into this video. I know I bagged on back office a lot, more specifically portfolio operations, investment operations I mean. And the truth is, every job has their pros and cons. But I just don't want people going into investment operations for the wrong reasons. A lot of people go into investment operations think they're going to be an investment banker and they're going to be earning millions of dollars one day. It's likely not true. Unless you go into like become the managing director or something. Even then, it's probably not $1 million. It's probably like 500K or something. I don't know. That's just pulling numbers out of the top of my head. So just wanted to help some graduates out who maybe are thinking about going into investment operations as a potential career path. In my opinion, it wasn't for me. It may be for you. And that is the end of the video.